This video was made possible by Ting Mobile. Get $25 off your new, less expensive phone plan by going to hai.ting.com. Alright, well, it seems that we've ran out of original ideas, so we're going to do another one of these. So, what's the longest bus route in the world? Well, if you live in New York, you're probably confident that it's the M14, which takes you the 3.3 miles between Abingdon Square and the Lower East Side at an average speed of 4.3 miles per hour, which is the top speed of a snail, if the snail was on a scooter that went 4.27 miles per hour. But it turns out that, believe it or not, there are bus routes even longer than that. So now let's walk through, as is tradition, our few caveats. First, this must be a regularly scheduled commercial bus route. It can't just be a route some bus went on some time. If that counted, the longest bus route would be when the Magic School Bus went from Pluto to inside a kid's intestines. Second, it must be a route done on one bus with no transfers. Third, and I can't believe I have to say this, it has to be a bus. A bus with wheels that drives the wheels on the ground. I don't want to hear any nonsense in the comments about Airbuses or how trains are just buses on rails. No, nobody cares. Get a life. Just, not so much of a life that you stop watching my videos. Alright, so if you ever watched this channel before, or watched any YouTube video ever, you know that I'm not going to tell you the answer right away. Sorry folks, but this is how I win. Now, historically, the longest bus route in the world went from Kolkata, India to London, England. Throughout the 1950s to 1970s, there were actually a number of buses that took this approximately 10,000-mile, 16,000-kilometer trip, which took roughly 46 days. And now I know what you're thinking. Didn't the bus have to get on a ferry, and under the rules of your world's longest drivable distance, doesn't that not count? Well, yes to the first, no to the second. It did have to get on a ferry, but in my opinion that shouldn't disqualify it. A bus route is a bus route as long as you stay on the bus. If it gets on a ferry, I say all the power to it. But second of all, it's a moot point because all the routes died out in the 1970s, mostly because a bunch of people decided to do the wars in Iran and Afghanistan, and despite what Ted Cruz's new mullet would have you believe, we don't live in the 1970s. Now, I know that some of you have probably heard there's a company called Adventures Overland that is launching a new UK to India bus route. I can see the comments now correcting me and saying this one is actually the longest. But check the website, folks. The bus doesn't launch until April 2022. Is it April 2022? No, it isn't. Or at least it isn't right now. If you're watching this in the future, maybe it is. If that's you, how's the future? Is COVID over? Did someone finally invent a home printer that doesn't make me want to punch a baby? Let me know. Now, there are a number of different road systems to consider when we want to look at what bus route might be the longest. There's the American one, the other American one, the Euphrasia one, the Australian one, and the underground one the mole people use. Now, you might think that the Euphrasia road system, being the longest, would offer us the longest bus route, but it seems that the Europeans got too good at building high-speed rail, and so buses aren't particularly popular in the region. Australia, however, doesn't really do the train thing, so it boasts an impressive 1,200-mile, 1,900-kilometer, 26-hour bus journey from Darwin to Broome. That's bested slightly by India's longest, which appears to be the 1,250-mile, 2,000-kilometer route between Bengaluru and Jharkhand, which is well documented in the bizarre canon of YouTubers who love to make videos about them riding Indian bus routes. Over in America, though, neither Amtrak Joe nor Secretary Mayor Pete has been able to bring effective high-speed rail yet, which means Greyhound still reigns supreme. The longest route being a 2,800-mile, 4,500-kilometer bus between New York, and Los Angeles, California. This leaves the Port Authority Midtown Bus Terminal at 4 p.m. daily, and after 65 hours and 29 stops, arrives on the West Coast with a few survivors who managed to not get deep vein thrombosis. But finally, now that you've watched enough that the algorithm will pay me, we arrive at the answer. The longest commercial bus route currently in operation is the 3,900-mile, 6,200-kilometer Transoceania, which takes passengers on a 102-hour journey between Lima, Peru, and Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. With 44 regular seats, along with 12 sleeping ones, it's operated by 2 bus drivers who alternate sleeping and driving, with 2 daily breaks to rest and refuel. The overland route was made possible by the Transoceanic Highway, completed in 2011, which connects Peru and Brazil. It's called Transoceanic because it connects the Pacific to the Atlantic, which I guess is cool if you haven't heard of the Panama Canal. Originally, the route only went from Lima to Sao Paulo, but it was extended to Rio in January of 2016 due to, quote, customer wishes for a true ocean-to-ocean connection. But you know what customers probably really wished for? An affordable phone plan. But good news, Ting Mobile has got your back. You can get talk and text for just $10 a month, plus data plans starting at $15, with 5 gigabytes for $25, and unlimited starting at $45. If your math brain is starting to activate, you can figure out that you're almost certain to save money. No matter how much data you use, whether it's just a bit or you're a big data boy like me and want unlimited, Ting has a plan to fit your needs. And Ting still has its legendary customer service, no contracts, and great nationwide coverage. Ting works great on pretty much any phone, including iPhones, and you can keep your current phone number even when you switch, which, by the way, is super easy. You just head to the website, pick your plan, they send you a SIM card, you pop it in your phone, and boom, you're saving money. Whether you use 2 or 20 gigabytes of data a month, you'll almost certainly pay less than you do now. Seriously, there's like no downside, and you can even save more by going to hai.ting.com, which will give you $25 off your first order and help support the channel.